Twisted!
Hello everyone! My name is Andreas Grussl, I'm a vocal coach, and today I will react to and analyze Disturbed singing the Simon & Garfunkel classic, The Sound of Silence. Let's get right into it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Very nice voice.
I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping.
I do really like this low breathy sound that he uses. It's so relaxed, and although it's light, it has a lot of texture to it. There's some nasality you can hear, and also some buzziness going on. And so far, the line moves in between F-sharp 2 and F-sharp 3. And for his baritone voice in that range, I think that was a great technical and stylistical choice. Technically, I think it was a good choice because for his baritone voice, the lower part sits right in that area where you can't simply flex the muscle inside your vocal fold in order to get lower notes. Instead, those notes require you to find a different muscular coordination that goes very well with breathy notes. And stylistically, this rocked because the reference of a breathy voice, so a voice that's not fully there, to silence is pretty obvious. I mean, it's self-explaining, right? And boy, his phrasing was so good, completely on point. These rhythmical variations of the original melody line, like this one.
I've come to talk with you again.
Wow, it's really captivating and moving you at the same time.
Lifted scenes while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains.
Beautiful.
Within the sound of silence.
Wow. So choosing a much lower pitch range to sing in than Simon & Garfunkel was a very interesting choice. That gives the whole song more gravitas and more of that dark sound, which combined with the phrasing and tone color that they've chosen the song, in my opinion, is a much better stylistical choice than a higher pitched singing in the original Simon & Garfunkel version.
In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold and damp.
Love his vocal tone.
When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence.
Cool. So he obviously starts to build the song now. This was much less breathy, but still kept kind of a fragile touch, because the low notes were still right in that area. That sounds to me like the spot where in order to sing louder or lower, he would have needed to add a little bit of that vocal fry, which he didn't do. And right at the end of this last phrase, I heard him do something interesting again. He was sustaining an N when singing the word silence. Now, I don't know if this was a conscious choice, but the N obviously holds back the voice a little bit more than a vowel would do, which again is a very interesting reference when you're singing about silence.
And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more, people talking without speaking,
So moving the melody up one octave now.
people hearing without listening, people writing songs and voices never shared.
Very nice contrast.
And no one dared disturb the sound of silence.
Beautiful. So going up that octave totally changed the dynamics of the song. Plus, we heard a totally different sound color in his voice. It totally made sense because it helped to turn around the mood in the song. So having a little softer and darker part in the beginning, and now a more energetic and brighter one. Really good stuff. And technically, the area known as transition or passaggio, which is the treble zone for most singers, was very well balanced. I mean, the top note here was an A4, and he had several F-sharp 4s in the melody line, and it sounded so easy. Plus, from what I just heard, I really get the vibe that he was trained classically. So if you know whether that's correct or not, please let me know in the comments below.
Fool said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you.
Going towards the climax of the song now.
Take my arms and I might reach you. But my words like silence.
Some grit now.
drops fell. And echoed in the wells of silence.
Starting to get really iconic here. Now, they've started to use some really cool tools to build the tension and drive of the song. In particular, higher volume, more aggressive rhythm, and also some distortion. To me, that makes it feel like the message of the lyrics turns away from a warning and becomes kind of a reproach to people. In terms of, why are you letting this happen? Why are you living like this? And again, in terms of song interpretation, this was simply brilliant. I mean, you take a song that you've already given a completely new feel, and then on top of it, add another complete turnaround.
And the people bowing parade to the neon god they made. And the sign flashed out its warning, and the words that it was forming.
So let's take a moment to discuss what he's doing here. What we heard here was not distortion on its own, but normal voice plus distortion. So when you get that kind of sound, you have two things going on at once. One, the true vocal folds making a sound, so that underlying pitch, and two, you have the false vocal folds above them creating that distortion sound. So I want to point out here, this is not what is known as vocal fry distortion. There is some confusion about this. However, what Dave does here is singing a normal pitch, silent, and then on top of that, adding false vocal fold distortion. Silent! And he's really good at that.
Silent!
Now, can that hurt the voice? If done wrong, definitely. But if you learn to coordinate things the right way, it can become a very sustainable coordination. Because again, it shouldn't be the true vocal folds creating the distortion, but the false vocal folds. So you don't want to yell.
In the signs and the words on the prophets are written on the subway walls.
Amazing.
In tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence.
Now, without a doubt, this was a brilliant, brilliant interpretation of this classic, maybe one of the best songs of all time. And for me personally, Disturbed made this song even better than the original. In my opinion, they really showed the full potential of the song. And that, although the original version was already pretty iconic. The only other song where I've ever had a similar feeling with a cover was Eva Cassidy's version of the Sting classic Fields of Gold. And everyone who knows me knows that is a pretty big compliment to the band Disturbed, because Eva Cassidy's version of Fields of Gold is my absolute benchmark for covers. So very well done, guys. This was an awesome performance. Okay, that's it for today with Disturbed and the Sound of Silence. Please let me know in the comments down below which other songs you want me to react to. And like always, I hope you enjoyed this episode. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.